This is a quick summary of the single biggest reason why startups succeed by Bill Gross. He's the CEO and founder of Idealab. I highly recommend you go to their website and actually see the video that I will leave the reference material in the description below for. He essentially takes a look at these 5 primary domains and judges whether one is better or more important than the other. And the way he does it is he takes a look at the 100 companies that Idealab had worked with and scales them for their success or failure according to these 5 domains, and then goes for large companies that have succeeded or failed out in industry on their own and judges them as well. And essentially he comes up with this model where timing is the most important thing out of these top 5 things. I would probably say that I would disagree with him on one item where timing and execution, in my opinion, are quite tied at the top. They're very, very important. If you are at the exact right time for execution, but your team cannot execute, then you'll probably never complete it. The idea needs to be differentiated, but it's okay if the timing is appropriate. You can differentiate your idea by iteration, so you can have a weak idea at first and grow it well. The business model is important, but the example that he gives is that a lot of companies didn't even need a business model, like YouTube. They just needed to do what they did well, and someone else that already had a business model that could use that solution would buy them out in time. And the last piece was funding, which I actually agree with. If you don't receive funding at the beginning, it's okay, because if you continue to succeed later on, you can get funding later. Now, there's a trick in that if you're not receiving funding at the beginning and continue not to receive funding later, and 3-4 years in you're not receiving funding, you have to, at some point throughout that timeline, hopefully much earlier than 3 years, say that people disagree with my opinion on this. And if you're not generating revenues and you're not receiving funding externally, then you need to at some point say there might be a different idea that I can go after or pivot. I'll put the YouTube link below. I hope you enjoyed it.